Hey guys, Bart the Nature Guy here. I'm in a small park in Minneapolis, and so if I'm making this video right now and you hear helicopters over my head, they just came over a little while ago and I could hear them. So I do apologize if I get drowned out a little bit. It is the way it is right now, and I hope there's justice for George Floyd, his family, the community as a whole, and all of us. And it kind of goes with my last little video of the day, or of the year actually. It has to do with making cordage, and cordage is actually something that's really valuable in regards to tying things up, catching things, and using to sew and whatnot. And in the neighborhoods of Minneapolis, there's a lot of linden trees. There's even an area inside of Minneapolis called Linden Hills, and it's a very bendy. It doesn't break. It's very bendy like this. This is an old one, and inside here, there's the bark actually peels off. Can you see that? See how it peels off real nice? And this can make really nice cordage. Cordage is interesting because what we're trying to do, and this kind of is symbolic for where we're at. We're trying to break the old and bring in the new. It doesn't mean we completely destroy it. It means we just change how it works with itself. And so, and there's a process of kind of peeling this stuff apart, this bark, called retting. And retting really allows this bark to kind of get pliable and movable. And it's the kind of the inner bark, not the outer bark. You can see it's kind of making a string here. And it all has to do with, as we kind of get it cleaned off here, and working it in. And it's actually really strong. I think even when we think of like the linen, linen is made out of flaxseed. So there's a lot of plants. Now this is a little bit thicker. When you're looking at bark, this is going to be much more for things like nets and whatnot. But when you get into that thinner material like a flax or a milkweed or maybe a cattail, there's ways to find this kind of like linear, long, threading style material. But it's not really strong by itself. It actually needs to work together and blend multiples. And so I have a couple pieces here that were basically on the street. They've been run over by cars a lot, and actually is really good stuff for what we're talking about today. So it's kind of beat up, a little bit old. It's not really totally rotted out, but it's definitely got some, it's definitely wore out looking. So different. I don't know if you can tell the difference in color. You might not be able to tell. This is the older one, this is the newer one, and so it's much more like a thread. And all we're going to do to make this cordage is we're going to start braiding things together. And as we're talking about all these different people coming together to make change, what we're going to do is start making change and making this thread stronger by working it together. And hopefully that that's a place where we can all work together and we can all learn to get rid of the old, come in with the new, and work together to make it stronger. So I felt like it was a good thread for where we're at. And all it has to do with twisting. So all we're doing is twisting it like over. So you see my fingers rolling over, twisting over. Now if you have a piece like this, all you're going to do is kind of move down about 1/3, so not a half, about 1/3. Pinch it here in the middle. I'm using a white shirt. I actually wore it purposely so you could kind of see against the backdrop of my shirt. So we're going to twist it together, and we're going to start to roll on the right. And then once we get that nice and twisted up, we're going to flip it over to the left. We're going to start rolling the new one that's now on the right. Once that gets twisted up and rolled, we're going to fold it over. Now we have that short end. That's the 1/3 end. And we start twisting that up. And we fold it over the long end. Now we have the 2/3 end, much longer, and we roll it. And we rotate. And we rotate. And that will create a very nice, tight, if I can show this to the camera, tight cord. And that is cordage. And that provides strength by breaking things apart, which is what we're going to try and do. I hope with our society is break some things apart that need to change and make something a little bit more pliable, not so rigid, not so siloed, and blend that together to make something that is movable, changeable, but in the end stronger. And so that cordage is, again, 1/3, 2/3. We twist overhand, rotate over to the left. Now we have that long end. We're rotating, twisting, twisting, twisting. Then we're rotating it over, twisting, 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 rotating it over, and just keep doing that. Now when you get to the end, all you're going to do is take a new piece and just put it in there, start twisting that up, and it will automatically fold in with the rest. And we can keep adding all these different layers and make cordage as long as we need to, as long as we have the supplies in front of us. So that's kind of the last video, and I thought it was a nice way of talking about kind of breaking the old and rigid, new, pliable, change, and strength. And it was a good way for me to finish off the year, given the situation at hand, as the way our school year finished off. I cannot tell you how honored I am to be in your classes. I appreciate all the work that you all did this year. I'm thinking about you throughout the summer. The videos are available on the YouTube channel. You know, I do this all pretty much in one take, and I don't do a lot of editing, so it's not always perfect, I know that, but I was new to it this year, so I gave myself a little break. There's a helicopter right now. And I hope you all, this video finds you safe and also healthy. We still also have COVID going on right now, so I'm thinking about you and your families over the summer. I hope to see you all in the fall, and take care. Bart the Nature Guy. Peace out. See you later, and talk to you soon. Thank you for all the work that you've done, and I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.